here at Inspiration Management, here to serve you tonight. It's such a pleasure to be with you, as Empire Medical and Inspiration Management have been partners for many, many years. Inspiration Management, of course, has been in business for the last 23 plus years, helping you medical professionals implement a successful business model. And today we're going to help you take that to the next level. So get ready. As I mentioned earlier, take your pens and pads and be ready to implement. So we like to start off with a poll every night. We have actually doubled the attendance in the last hour for this webinar. So I'm really excited that you want to generate over 6 figures every single month in recurring revenue. As we take that poll, I'd love to know how many of you are already in business with a membership program. Please type yes in the chat. And if you are not, then put not yet in the chat as well, because that is what we are here to learn, how you can have recurring revenue through your membership modules and program as VIPs for your medical spa. So who is this webinar for? Well, this webinar is for you if you are an entrepreneur, a med spa leader, and you are looking to generate recurring revenue. That means money coming in while you're sleeping every night and not having to work harder, but actually working smarter through generating multiple modalities and repeat visits from your clients. So who's ready? Yes? All right. We're also live on Instagram and Facebook, so make sure that you are watching. And please do, as our team mentioned, put your questions and comments in the chat so we can give you the most value tonight. So as Gailsey mentioned, thank you, Gailsey, we at Inspiration Management help you implement our systems so that you can be more successful more quickly in your business. We're going to go through tonight your mindset regarding what is a VIP program and what makes it recurring revenue, why you should do this for your own business. And then we're really going to reset your mind and your philosophy regarding a VIP program. There's a lot of different programs out there. And frankly, not all of them work. And you actually make your clients more confused, and a confused mind does not buy. So we're going to show you what type of program will work best for you so that you can generate millions in your business. We're also going to talk about how you should create your recurring revenue model and then the implementation steps to truly succeed. So are you ready? All right. So this is our founder, Dori. She is our inspiration here at Inspiration Management and MD Business Advisors. As a 4-time published author, international speaker, and the creator, of our business model, we have helped thousands of families and hundreds of medical spas reach the multiple millions. And tonight, we're here for you. So let's talk about your mindset regarding recurring revenue. Who are you actually listening to when you're trying to figure out who your ideal client is and what your program should be about? Well, first, let me tell you a story. As we promised you, this is one of our best implementers. And any program that you choose to invest in, from Empire to Inspiration Management or anything else that you choose to do, I want you to look for what have they done and have they actually been successful at it in the past? And if they haven't, and they can't give you those testimonials, then you got to keep looking. So Astique is one of our celebrated members. They've been with us for now over 8 years. They just opened actually their 3rd location, and they're in Pennsylvania. So it's a family, which we love working with family businesses and individual medical spa professionals. And Dr. Lazaro actually started out as a plastic surgeon, and they weren't profitable. They were making a lot of money, but they actually weren't generating a whole lot of profit. So they actually talked to Dori, and in just a couple of years, they implemented their VIP, so their membership program. And in less than 6 months, they actually they enrolled over 600 members, and now they generate over $1.8 million every year in recurring revenue. So that's not their total revenue, guys. This is just the recurring revenue alone. Now, would you want to generate 6 figures every single month? Of course you would. And that is what we're going through today, and how the differentials between what you implement and how you set it up will make you more successful. So the thought process on a VIP program is that your recurring revenue needs to at least cover your fixed costs. So imagine all of your fixed costs, from your lease, your labor, your product costs, all of that. If we can cover that with your recurring revenue, and every new client coming in is gravy or extra, wouldn't that be nice? Absolutely. So that's really what you should set your goal at for your recurring revenue. Now, as we're coming in, I know a few of you were mentioning you are already as members and you have a membership program. So I'd love to know, Brooke, if you can share what percentage of our audience already has.
Actually, only about 20% are saying yes.
Got it. So that's about right, about 20%. So those of you that are already with a membership program, congratulations. And I'd love to know, how many members and how much revenue are you generating every month? And then if you haven't, why not? You need to do it. Now, I know as Empire members, some of you are still thinking about opening your medical spa, so you're not quite there yet. You're still in the planning process. So I invite you to visit us. We offer complimentary success planning sessions for you as Empire members, and you can go to inspirationmanagement.com and we can show you what it will take in terms of time, investment, etc., to both get your medical spa started as well as your recurring revenue. So make sure you plan for that, even if you're not yet open. All right. So let's talk about the philosophy regarding your VIP program. Now, oftentimes when you think about a membership program, you're considering, how much does a client need to spend, or how much revenue can I generate? But I'm going to challenge you. I want you to think about, what is the amount of investment that your clients are already spending annually on their personal beauty products? And did you know that the average woman spends at least 3,000, it's about 3,100, I think 27 every year on personal beauty products, an average of 12 products per woman, and even more on their services. So imagine that. Your clients are already spending that amount of money. Are they spending that with you on an annual basis? If not, we need to consider that. So as we become the Medspa of choice for our clients, our ideal avatars, they need to invest their beauty allowance with us. And that's what we like to call it, is their personal image allowance. How much do they set aside every month for their hair, their facials, their products, all of the things that help them upkeep their image? Because frankly, what we do as medical professionals with our Botox fillers, et cetera, PRP, all of that is included in this personal image allowance. And this is the average. So of course, there's an 80-20 in every number. All right. So I want you to think about that term as we move forward. And as you look, if you already have your med spa open, I want you to categorize your clientele into 3 different categories. We're going to name them A, B, and C here. As you look at them, you have to understand, okay, they again are investing, and you want them to invest that personal image allowance with an expert, right? And that is what you are. You took education, you invested in your facility, in your products, in everything that you do to create a brand. And that is what they are putting as their choice for their investment. So you have to stand for your expertise, and you have to help your clients understand that they can come and spend with you in one of 2 ways, either a la carte, individually, which is not with any loyalty, just coming in for a lip filler, a lip flip, or Botox, versus they are coming for transformation. Okay. And that's the difference between spending and investing, because they know that they are in trusted hands. So it's all about positioning in terms of who they're going to choose. And the a la carte pricing is there for their convenience, that they can come in anytime. But the VIP program allows your clients to now have special savings, and they should have savings on all their services and their products, but they need to commit and be loyal to you. And in return, you are customizing a 3 to 6 month treatment plan so that they know exactly what they're going to be able to achieve. And you have the success stories, just as we shared earlier, to be able to prove and show the results. All right. By the way, as you have questions, feel free to put them in the chat so that I can answer them so we can help you get your recurring revenue set up. So, do you know who your ideal client and avatar is? Now, for those of you that are just starting, I want you to think, who would be my ideal client? More than likely, you might be one of those ideal clients if you've had your own med aesthetic services or you know someone that's close to you. And it's important that you have that personal connection, because the more distant our ideal client is, the harder we're going to be able to think like them, position our offers for them, and create a program that's ideally suited for them. All right. And then, of course, if you are in business, then you're going to be able to see, who is your client? Who is she? Who is he, as we're going towards Father's Day? And then identify what are all of the attributes that they have and how much are they spending at their personal image allowance every single year. You're going to find that your clientele will be in 3 different categories. So there's 3 different revenue amounts. And if you take the top 20% of your clientele and break them into 3 amounts, you more than likely will have your price point for your VIP programs. Now, we recommend that you put 3 tiers for your VIP. Sometimes we find members that, because we have a membership, so everything at Inspiration Management that we teach, we also do. And we have our tiers based on what our clientele truly needs and their investment level, and the same should go for you. So your top 20% will fall into 3 different categories. And by having 3 tiers, you're going to be able to identify who needs the most flexibility, but also how you can match them and customize the programs. And then you can tier your percentage of savings based on that as well. So for how to implement the entire system, because we're going through it quite quickly tonight, should you have additional needs, please feel free to reach out. And as you're ready, for those 20% of you that have implemented, are you at 500 members or more and 6 figures? And for those of you that have not, you need to at least reserve that success planning session so we can get you started. Because this, you guys, is the best way, and Gailcy mentioned it earlier, to avoid economic ups and downs, because this proofs your business against any type of economic disruption. All right, so follow it. We call it the copy system, so that you're implementing a proven successful business model. All right, so as you have gone through, and hopefully some of you have already pulled this. By the way, if you don't have your computers out and are taking notes and actually pulling your reports, if you already have your clientele, you should do so. But you'll find that your members will fall into one of 3 categories, and more than likely, there will be demographics, so age aspects to the breakdown of your membership. So let's say the 30s can spend, if I'm in my 30s, I need about $250 of my personal image allowance invested every single month. In the 40s, maybe $399. And then our higher clientele, they have more disposable income. They also have a greater need for multiple modalities in all of our services. So we're going to be more at the $580. And these are really some of our best performing price points. So you can take these as projections if you haven't started yet and you're not certain where to go. Once we've divvied our membership pricing out into 3 different tiers, and by the way, we should theme our programs as well. So make sure that your VIP program matches your brand, because the more you tell a story and the more you show your commitment to your clients, the more successful you will be. Once we've done that, we're going to tier the same 30, 40, and 50s to our savings. So let's say 10% for our lowest tier, 15 and 20%. And this should be on your treatments as well as your products. You guys, so many times we find you where you are separating out your Botox pricing and offering only one treatment, so one area or specific services because you're trying to promote lasers or other underutilized treatments. You got to make it simple. You have to follow what your clients are asking for and then allow the flexibility to upsell. This is where your expertise really comes into play. Imagine if you are a client and you go into a store and you're asking for a certain brand or a certain product, and then your sales clerk says, "Oh, no, I'm sorry, we cannot offer that product, but we have this for 10% off." How do you feel? Do you feel that they are committed to what you're looking for? Or do you feel that they're just trying to sell you a bag of goods? It is the same aspect for your VIP program. So by offering different tiers and then the flexibility, you're allowing your expertise to shine and you're showing your commitment to transformation, not transaction. All right, do we have any questions?
So someone is asking, how do you know how much to charge for your services? And what packing services do you suggest? Maybe they mean packages of services.
Yeah, absolutely. So in terms of how much to charge, we actually have a pricing calculator that we offer for all of our members. And it's really important actually that you price appropriately, especially before including your VIP program. So I'm glad you asked that. Oftentimes people make the mistake, "Oh, okay, I need a recurring revenue, so I'm going to add savings." But more than likely, if you are pricing your treatments based on the average med spa pricing around you, you're undercharging. And guys, we are not the Walmarts. You need to have 100 VIP members, 500 VIP members versus 1,000 clients in the month that are charging and paying only $200. Okay. So we have a pricing calculator and you can set up a call with us and see if that's what you need. But ultimately, what you should do is look at what profit you need to be making after your VIP savings, after these savings right here. And then you reverse engineer what pricing you need to do. Let me tell you, if you are a luxury brand and our services are not Walmart, our services are you as a doctor, as a nurse practitioner, as an RN, and you are investing all of those years of service now into creating beauty and transformation, don't sell yourself short. So you need to price your expertise, your commitment, and then deliver on it. All right, so price based on what profit you need to generate, and then how you package the service, well, it's based on what your clients need. So we talk about a problem and solution balance. If your client has the problems that they're coming in with, fine lines and wrinkles, loss of elasticity, loss of energy, if you have IVs or sexual wellness, so all of those services, then you need to make sure that you are customizing a treatment plan for them. And we have a whole program called the Sacred System on how you build your high ticket programs. And that's the packaging. Then based on if someone is going to invest in everything that they need or they're going to get started is where your VIP program comes into play. So the VIP program is how you're keeping your clients for multiple years and how you're increasing the number of visits per client as well. So great question. Hope that answered the pricing as well. Yes, go ahead.
Somebody is just needing some clarity with the difference between ABC and the age groups.
Absolutely. So as I said, when you pull your reports, so if you are in operation already, you're going to pull all of your clients in every system. So you should have a checkout system, your POS or EMR system, and you should pull the report of your clients by spend. So how much did they spend by year? Okay. And after you pull that report, you're going to find the top 20% of your clients and see how much did they spend. And you're going to find that there's usually 3 different price points. There may or may not be that age group, but you're going to find 3 different price points that your average clientele is going to spend in a year. And those are going to be your VIP price points. And then you can attribute the savings based on that. So those are the tiers. Yeah, it's quite simple, but if you haven't done it, because we do this every single day and we help members implement, then as I mentioned, reserve a success planning session. Normally those are $200, but they are complimentary because we've been partners with Empire for many years. So let us know and we can help you. All right, any other questions?
Somebody is asking, what about cancellation?
So you want to make, that's a great question. You want to make your VIP program as accessible as possible. And frankly, we should already have created a treatment plan for the clients for a good 3 to 6 months. So you don't need to restrict them to a contract. When they are invested and you are showing your expertise, they're going to want to stay with you. So you shouldn't have a long contract. We shouldn't have a required term for them for the VIP program, but they do need to give you 60 days notice if they are changing the level, let's say, or if they, and frankly, they shouldn't ever want to leave you. But if they do, we want to make it as flexible as possible when you're enrolling them. So you would say something like, Jane, I, first of all, want to thank you for being a loyal client. You've been coming to me for about a year now. And I just want to let you know we rolled out this exciting new program, and I'm going to be able to offer you savings and flexibility. So, and then we go through the program. And then we let them know. And the best part, Jane, is there's no commitment. So you can enroll and then upgrade whenever you choose so that we can truly achieve your goals. And if you need to make changes on the level, then you just need to give us 60 days notice. And that's it. So very, very simple. All right. Very good. So let's move on because we are moving along with our timing as well. So this is a breakdown for those of you that were asking about the tiers and the pricing as well. So let's say we have our tier C, B, and A, and someone is going to pay $250 every month at our C tier. So they're going to spend about $3,000 annually. We're going to give them a $300 savings, which is several treatments, depending on if we're doing facials, peels, etc., or maybe one visit if we are doing a touch-up with their Botox. So the average that they would have spent is $3,300, but they're seeing that $300 savings. Okay. Then if they go into the higher tiers, let's go into the A tier. So let's say someone is going to spend $83.50, so just over $8,000 with us. Now, when we start doing multiple modalities, you guys, and you're taking all the classes with Empire, so if they do Botox, plus fillers, plus threads, perhaps PRP, the series of facials, right? So their entire treatment plan. And by the way, we shouldn't forget their home care because that is their responsibility at home. Then we're going to be well above that $8,000. So then they're going to get 20% savings or about $1,400 of savings. And they're going to be investing that personal image allowance of $580 every single month. So imagine you had 10 clients when you're starting out at $580. That's already $6,000. So your mortgage is paid, your lease, right? Then let's say we have 100 members. Now we have 58, right? And on and on. So you see how quickly you can generate 6 figures every single month in recurring revenue alone. And it's so easy, you guys. All we have to do is ask. So why should we invest and create this program for our clientele? Well, it increases retention. So there's actually 3 ways, you guys, that you can generate more revenue in your medical spa business. The first is new clientele. So that is all about marketing and positioning. We just did a seminar actually with AI. So do check out our website if you are looking for the audio replays. But how do you create more leads and new clients coming in your business? Then the second is that a client comes more often. And the third is that your client spends more. So your recurring revenue takes care of both that second and the third, and that increases retention. Because if they come and see you more often, don't you think they're going to be happier with their results? Of course they are. If they spend more, meaning they get their home care and now they're working on the texture and tone of their skin as well as the services you provide, don't you think they're going to get greater results? Of course they are. So your retention goes up dramatically. You're going to engage the client with a plan. So now you're not just the next transaction. You're not just on the list of who is the cheapest, but you have that trust because they know that their results are consistent, that you have not just the one service or one treatment that you're offering, but now you're helping them with their weight loss, with medical weight loss, with their hormones, with all of the things they need for their beauty and wellness. Why would they go anywhere else? Okay. They get better results. We just talked about that. And by the way, with VIP programs, the referrals are huge. So now you have one member, you make them happy. They're going to bring their whole family and their friends. So easier to generate new clients as well because you have a happy, satisfied client. You're going to increase your team's capacity because now they're going to be seeing clients that they know exactly what they need to do, so they don't need to do more consultations. They are able to yield manage, is what we call it, but structure their schedules more efficiently and effectively. And they're able to generate more revenue because they're adding the entire program for their clients. So they're increasing the capacity. And by the way, you have guaranteed monthly revenue. So that's how you generate your 6 figures every single month. So are you ready? Am I getting yeses? If you are not raising your hand and saying yes, I need to know why. Because this is one of the best strategies, the lowest hanging fruit for you to increase your profit and work smarter, not harder. So you got to do it. All right. So implementation, what are some of the things that you need? All right. So before we go into this, because this is how are we implementing and what are the materials, I do want to pause because we went through a lot of information quickly and ask, do we have questions about pricing or those tiers as well? And if you need convincing, let me know so that I can help you. We get the question a lot. So because I have the tiered percentage of savings, should I separate out certain packages? Okay. And the best part about the VIP program, you guys, is that when you have this program, you don't need promotions every single month. You don't need packages because this allows you to create the best value and flexibility. So when someone comes to you and says, what's your monthly special? You can let them know, you know what? I have something that you're going to love that's going to give you the best value. We have a VIP program that we just rolled out, and you will have a special every single month on whatever treatment you would like. Doesn't that sound great? Let me tell you about it. And then you go into the whole program and you should make the recommendation for what fits for them. So if we know what treatments they're looking for, then we know exactly which tier, A, B, or C, we want to offer. If we understand what their budget is, we can do the same, right? But now you are offering a special, but you also give them flexibility. So think about that and how much time you would save instead of having to think about, what is my next promotion? Did I remember to put it out there? No, you just train your team, you set up your tiers, and you create recurring revenue. So make sure you think about that as well. Very good. Do we have other questions? Or everybody's good? Ready to implement. Excellent. So for those of you that have memberships, I'd love to know, how many members do you currently have? So it might take you a few minutes to put that in the chat, but please let me know when people put their answers in. So if you do have an existing medical spa and you have consistent clientele, I would love to see your numbers in the hundreds. And if they're not there, then I'd love to know why, because we can definitely help you. All right. By the way, when you implement your VIP program, this is really a strategy for existing clientele. Our high ticket program, as we mentioned earlier, that sacred system is for your new clients. But if they do have budgetary issues, then this is a great follow-up. And then as you have clients that are coming at least a couple times or once or twice a year, we really need to get them on an annual plan. Now we're here in Florida, so some people say, well, what about seasonality? Can they pause? What can they do? And really, they need to be investing every single month. So the beauty about it is that when they come back from their summer break, now they're going to be able to afford or splurge on that treatment that they've been waiting for months. And we see a lot of happy clientele based on that strategy as well. Actually, we really leveraged this during COVID. And, I know it was hard on some businesses, but Inspiration Management, every single member actually thrived during COVID. And it was because of this strategy alone, because their members kept paying. And then they did online events. They pre-sold treatments as well. So our members were able to continue serving their clientele, continue to keep in touch with their clientele, because engagement is also huge. And then their clients were happy. The business survived and thrived. And that is the power of the VIP program. Yes.
People answering with how many clients members they have. Matt is saying he has 2. Valerie said 13, just started. First tier is $99, struggling to gain new clients. Caitlin has 1 member. She signed up her first client last week.
Congratulations.
Tosin is just starting and yet to get any clients, but does have a few weight loss clients. And then we have Vernisha, who has about 15, and people are calling in for specific services.
Woo! So that's great that they call in for specific services, and many of you are in the 10s and 20s. So that's a really great start. I would definitely look at your pricing. So first and foremost, are you charging the right price for your services already? And if your Botox is less than $13, you're probably losing money on that. And that is, by the way, the #1 most requested treatment in medical spas. So make sure you have the proper pricing. Then having the savings of 10, 15, and 20% is going to allow you to still be profitable, but now start to have your clients visit more often. And especially for those of you that are starting out, every new client, as you know, is precious, is vital. So having them automatically coming back, that's going to allow you to scale. If you're asking every new client to come in and then we don't have an automatic system for them to come back, now we're working harder. Now we have to remind ourselves to go check back our clients from 3, 6 months ago, right? So we need our system and our programs to invite them back in automatically, okay? And that $99, that's too low. What can you get at a medical spa for $99? Nothing. So we need to trust ourselves. We need to know what we have to offer and have the proper services. And also you should consider your consultation process, because if we have services that are that $99, which frankly, nothing less than a 30-minute mini facial should be $99 or less, then we're going to be able to generate more revenue, pay ourselves. If you're not paying yourself, you're not following the proper structure, okay? And then generate multiple 6 figures. So congratulations for doing it. That is a huge step. And if you have questions about how that individual service that they're asking for or the pricing for your treatments or your VIP program should be, please reach out to us, because this is what we love to do so that you are generating and living your dream. Okay? Great, great. Yes.
So we have somebody asking, how do we stay competitive when neighbors are charging $10 Talks Tuesdays and $12 is their normal everyday price?
Let them. Let them. So actually Dori and I, so our founder Dori, we were sitting at we're having pauhana in Hawaii, we call that, but after work drinks. And we were just talking. They didn't know who we were. And these two young ladies were sitting next to us at the bar, and they were talking about their Groupon Botox. Okay, that we should hashtag. I bet you there is a hashtag for Groupon Botox. And they were talking about how they had the exact same The Rock or Jim. I can't even do the one eyebrow thing, but they had the exact same Rock eyebrow because the injector didn't know what they were doing. Okay. And we hear these stories every day, you guys. And that is what a $10 Botox is going to get, is a dilution, or frankly, they have the volume. So they are not providing a customized treatment plan, right? And both sides, we can't compete with. I was just talking to someone earlier today, and right next to them is $4 Xeomin. Okay. You can't offer that if you are starting out, right? And that's okay, because the people that are going to resonate with you, that you're going to build trust with, are the ones that you take the time, you do your consultation with, and you show them your results, your before and afters. Once you show them what you are committing to providing for them based on your practice, based on your expertise, based on your experience, you are worth the higher price. And if someone wants to go for the cheapest Botox, they're going to get where they're going to get. They're going to get that Groupon result. And then they're going to spend more money to fix it, right? And those of you that are more experienced, I bet you are the one that's fixing it for them. So you stay competitive by staying true to your expertise, by owning and committing to the result, and charging what you're worth. There is a statistic that shows that the higher someone pays for something, the more they actually value it. And there was a study that was done. I think it was a psychological study. And they served 2 meals, but one was served on paper plates and the other was served on fine china. And then the clientele was asked to value the value of the food, the quality of the food, and the taste of the food. Now, the food was exactly the same. But I will tell you, and you probably can guess this, the results of the perceived value on the china was significantly higher. So don't be afraid to charge your worth and make sure you are profitable. Otherwise, what you're doing is not a business. It's not a future and a career. It's just an expensive hobby, right? So this is your investment. Stand by it. You're worth it. All right. So here's what we need to do to implement. These are the materials we need. So you need a VIP brochure. You need a web page. And frankly, there are people now who say, oh, you don't need a web page. A web page is a legitimizing marketing tool. So if you don't have a proper website, you are not a business. That's truly what we find time and time again. And by having your website optimized with your search engine optimization and your keywords, you're going to be able to be found more often in your searches. So make sure you have a web page, your brochure, have a proper presentation. So as you're taking your prospects and your clients through, you can show them your social proof, your success stories, and what you need to do. You need to train your team, okay? I know it takes time, but your team is your best asset. And if they don't know how to communicate it and commit to the value of your VIP program, then you're going to be struggling every single month to justify. So make sure your team is trained on what to say and how to enroll. And then you should bonus your team, provide an incentive so they know that as they are filling their calendar, that the business is also growing and they're benefiting. You have to set proper goals. So many times we don't hit our target, our goal. Why? Because we don't have a target, right? So those of you that have 2, I want you to think 10 by next week. Those of you that have 15, I want you to think 50. Okay, but you have to have a goal. And saying double, your brain doesn't recognize that. You need to have a specific goal and it should be visible. So make sure it's visible. Then launch your program with an event. We have so many strategies on how you have a good attendance and how you have enrollment at your events. So let us know if you have questions, and then you got to monitor your performance. We only get what we inspect. So make sure that we set and follow through. All right. And then as you are looking through, you develop it. You have to understand, how am I presenting it to the team? So there are two rollouts. The first is internally to your team. Oftentimes we'd say, okay, here's the program. By the way, here's the brochure. We're now selling it. And then we expect our team to be able to enroll. And then we wonder why we get cancellations, right? So we need to do an internal rollout before we roll it out to our clientele. And then we need to have a set process. So don't reinvent the wheel. We have the whole system and all the different aspects. So you have the video coaching, you have the script on how to enroll, a sample brochure, all at your fingertips. And we do have a special for Empire as well. So take advantage of that. You can find it at shop.inspirationmanagement.com. And I think we're putting it in the chat. But you'll see all the different programs that we have to offer and how you can benefit as well. And then, as we mentioned, there is a complimentary success planning session. So if you have more questions on any aspect from high ticket, recurring revenue, or you need help with the materials, the website or the brochure, feel free to reach out. We'll spend about 45 minutes with you, actually 30 to 45 minutes, and see what are your biggest challenges and what are the solutions that we can help you with. So we have a few more minutes. What questions do we have?
So some people are asking, what is a good compensation for the team? Are there good courses for team training? What is a good price for Botox?
Yeah. So I'll take those one by one. So for the incentive for the team, we have different systems, but you should set your goals first. So understand your whole program and then set your goals for your rollout specifically. So you should have one for rollout. And then based on the number of members that each team member enrolls in that given period, whether it's 2 weeks, whether it's a month or 2 months at the most, then they're going to get a bonus per enrollment. Now you're going to give them the bonus for that first month, right? So you can be generous because now you're going to get it every single month for years and years, but you want to give a certain amount if they enroll less than, let's say, 5 or 10 members, then from 10 to 20 members, and then above 25 members in that given period, then you can give them a bonus for each member that enrolled. So that's a good rollout bonus. And then you should keep it on your KPIs because as I mentioned, there are 3 ways for you to generate more revenue: more clients, clients coming more often, and clients spending more when they come. So those are the numbers that you should set your goals against, and KPIs is key performance indicators. So those are the key 3 to 7 numbers that you should be monitoring on a daily basis, you guys, at the most weekly. But if you have that number, and we know this week we were supposed to enroll 10 VIP members, how many did we enroll? Then you know if you're the green, the yellow, or the red. Your business is growing, stalling, or falling, right? And that's going to help you create a bonus structure and then a recurring bonus for your team on a monthly or quarterly basis for their bonuses. The next one is Botox pricing. So Botox pricing, as I said, if you're anywhere really below $12, $13 an hour, you are not making a profit. We really like to see it 13, 14, 15. Of course, there's a difference between Botox and Xeomin, but frankly, you guys, you should not be sharing per unit pricing with your clients. The whole system of your consultation is that you understand what look they're trying to achieve. And then you shouldn't quote apples to apples. So you should know by area and by overall program what your clients are investing, not spending. And then you're able to create special savings if they do the whole program or parts of it. So the Botox pricing is only one piece of your overall quotation and pricing strategy. And then the third question, forgive me.
Oh, are there good courses for team training?
Absolutely. So that was on the previous and on inspirationmanagement.com. But we know you have so many hats that you're wearing. So what we offer is Medspa Biz University is an entire platform. After 23 years, frankly, we have seen it all and created the training for it. So every challenge that you can think of, and especially the VIP, how to work through objections, how to enroll your members, when to enroll your members, what to follow up with them on is the team training that we offer. So what we do is we actually train you on how to create and monitor the program. And then we actually train your team on how to implement. And then we monitor the numbers for you. So great question.
We have somebody requesting if you could go back to the slide with the marketing materials. And then someone was asking if we should be putting our pricing on our webpage.
So that's a great question. It's okay to put your pricing for some of your aesthetic services, so your facials, et cetera, that people are, they're frankly more the day spa aspect, but some of the treatments on your menu. But you should not have pricing because you can't offer a result by pricing for your Botox fillers, for your PRPs, any of your higher ticket programs. And you know this. You need to do that consult to see Botox, how many units, fillers, how many vials, what is the result, right? So if you quote a price on the website, then that's all you're able to do for your clients. And I see this all the time. This for minimum 20 or 40 units, right? And you're doing it because that's what Allergan offered you. But if that's what you do, that's the only money that your clients are going to come to hand with. And then you're going to look at them and they need 65, 100 units, but they're only going to give you that. So what's going to happen? You're going to fill their budget and then they're going to leave dissatisfied and they're going to go to the next person. So you have to focus on results, commit to that. And that's why we don't offer pricing for the higher services on the menu. You should reserve your get to know you consultations. Very good. All right. So are you ready to implement and generate your 6 figures every month? Yes? All right. You got to do it, you guys. This is your economic safety. This is your lifestyle profitability because you got into the med spa industry so that you could have the lifestyle, create the transformation, not so that you're going to be order takers and buy yourself into another job. Okay. So take control, implement, and reach out to us so that we can help you on anything that you need. So thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to always be with you. We've had this series of webinars now for the last few months. So we're resetting with new content and material for the second half of 2024. But we love being part of this community. So there are several webinars already on your member portal with Empire. So take advantage of that. And then visit us at the trade shows as well so we can see you and help you and shake your hand. But let us know how we can help. And until then, stay inspired.
Thank you so much, you guys, and see you guys soon. Thank you, everyone, for attending this webinar. Bye, everyone.